Hey guys, this is the first pull of this mask. I poured this yesterday. This is the one that gave me such a hard time. I've got some work that has to be done to it. Let me shut the door a little bit because it still feels a little too bright in here to give you the cool effect. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Yeah, this is a latex. This is going to be my brother's mask right here. It's going to be good. It's going to be cool. Should be cool. Yeah, I can't wait to see what this looks like, painted and haired and everything. This should be a really nice mask. Yep. That's from that mold right there. And that'll shrink up some, so I'll be able. Right now I have the one that I'm going to foam fill in the mold, drying. The latex is drying up now, and then I'm going to foam fill that, and that's when I'm going to make the smaller mask from that master. That'll be a master copy, the one that's in the mold right now. And this was my brother's mask. I'm gonna let this harden up a little bit before I do any repairs. The back of the ear, or one of the ears, I'll show it to you. Because of the leaking that I had, it created a very, yeah, you'll see the holes right there. Let me turn the lights on. See the holes in the back of the ear? That's all the way through. You can't see it. That's the inside of the mask there. That's the holes. But I'll repair all that, and then I'll smooth all that ear out. That'll get smoothed out. It'll look good when it's done. It's just a lot of work doing these things, man. A lot of people don't realize what goes into making a mask. They really don't. So when this is done, the neckline still has to be cut a little better. That's okay. I'm not worried about that. That's tomorrow. That's when this thing hardens enough to where I can work with it and fix it. It won't deform on me. Remember when you first pull this out of see how nice and bright white that latex is? Well, it's hard. It's not hard. It's not fully cured yet. When it's fully cured, it turns to a yellow like this. See this here? That's a big difference in color, believe it or not. Matter of fact, I'll just lift it up and show you. And then the older it gets, the tanner it gets. See, that's one right there. See the difference in color? That's because that's not cured all the way. When that cures, that'll be nice and stiff. See how nice and stiff this is? It's a thick copy too. His is thick. This is a thick mask too. I made him a thick copy. He's got a big head. And that is the large mask. That'll be a large mask there. Yeah, what do you think? This is the way it turned out. This is the Night Creeper 78. This is my brother's mask, and I have the master now curing, drying a bit in the mold. Yo, I'm on YouTube, so showing the mask off. Yeah, kill those lights on the side. They can see a little bit better. Yeah, see now you can see yeah, that looks good. Now you can see the shadows and you can see the shape of everything pretty good. It's got attitude. Oh yeah. Now, I didn't try to replicate. Everybody asked me, this is what I think a perfect Michael Myers looks like. Yeah, could be. It could be the phone scene. Halloween ghoul. But this is not a copy of any one mask. This is like a rendition of like all the different versions that are out there, all the masks that are out there. Out there in the movies, including, there's some things I took concept from on other people's masks. Shout out to those guys because I wanted an original piece. It's still original. This mask. Let me see. Let me get a side view. I gotta watch my step in here. I got so much stuff in this room. There you go. There's a side view of it. I'll do the other side in a minute. Yeah, this is the first pull, and this is going to be my brother's mask. He does Michael Myers for Halloween. Yeah, I hope so. I hope I can do I hope I can do my my sculpture. I hope I can do it justice. You know what I mean? That's the thing. I hope I can really put together a nice What's up, Ken? I'm showing off my. Now you can see. Now if you look at the mask up top, they're just so different. They just. I couldn't figure out what the problem was when I was doing those masks, and then I figured it out, and now I've created this mask right here on the bottom. That is the first pull, and that is looking good. That really does have that. Yeah, I'm hoping so. Halloween Gold, got to do it justice. That's a lot of work I put into the sculpture. Now the painting, it's a whole nother animal. That's another. But I've been watching. Oh, what the heck is his name? Been watching his videos, and I really love the way he does his paint schemes. I got to think of his name now. I hate that. I'm sorry. It's a shout out. I will have to shout out his work because I'm probably gonna. I like his paint scheme, and I'm gonna kind of do his style. No, not Nick. I like Nick's too. Don't get me wrong, but I saw this other guy. Let me see if I can find him on my. Let me see. Let's do this. Let's go on the. You know what? I know I have the pictures. I'm going to pull my computer. James Carter? Nope, not James Carter. Where do you see these pictures of this paint scheme that I'm going to shoot for? Come on, go close all this stuff. All right, let's see. Flashback Mask. Flashback Mask. Hold on, let me see what we got here. Give us a second. See, this is the actually screen used flashback mask here. And I've got it in still shots on all different colors, all different lighting hitting it from different angles. Kind of got lucky with that. All right, so let me do this real quick. Let me find this guy's paint. I know it's in here. Yeah, that's the flashback mask. Close up. Come on, is he in here? Okay, it's not in.
I'm watching you on the big screen. You're shaking your phone a lot.
Am I? Isn't there a stabilizer in here?
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Halloween. Let me close this. Not that one. Not that one. I gotta find the folder, guys. I'll find it. Give me a second. That's not the one. Yeah, I believe this is the folder. See, I have Nick's in here. I got his Nick's 13 right there. Hold on. I gotta find this guy's paint. I gotta show you this paint scheme. Now, see, that's the original mask. That's the real deal. That's 1978 version with Nick Castle wearing it, and this is Dick Warlock wearing it. Nick Castle, Dick Warlock, same mask. Yeah, Nick's 13 is amazing. I was actually going to try. My original plan was to make that cover mask from Halloween 14, Halloween 5, 4 and 5. The cover art mask. That was what I was going to do, and all of a sudden, I think Nick's seen how I was going and what direction I was going, and he quickly sent me some pictures before he released it because he didn't want anybody. He said, "You don't share this with anybody." Okay, no problem. And he sent me the pictures of his 13 before it was in production, and I got to find that folder. I'll find it real quick. So when I seen what he did there, I said, you know what? It can't be topped. Why mess with it? Don't go in that direction. Do your own. You have to create your own version of the Michael Myers rendition. And yeah, there is elements of still that that cover art, and it was more the eyebrows. I want to say the eyebrows and attitude that was in it. Hold on, let me find my Michael Myers Halloween airdrops. I know I put it in here, Halloween's. Let me see. Custom corpses. I think I just put it under Michael Myers. Gotta find it, guys. It's in one of these folders. I can't believe I can't find this. Yeah, he's getting a lot of money for that mask. I mean, it's a fine piece of work, and he spent 10 months sculpting that. It took him 10 months to sculpt that sculpture, and he has all the you know he's got years of experiences. He has years of experience in doing it, and it still took 10 months to replicate that, and it's not an easy thing. All right, hold on. Let me see if this is it. That ain't it. I thought I had a 2020. 2018. That ain't it. You're looking at my folders, my music folders, most of them. 2020. Where is the 2020? Tot 78. I can't believe this. I can't remember where I put this thing. Custom corpses, pictures. All right, maybe this is it. Really? All right, maybe this might be it. Oh, there's pictures and videos. No, okay, that's not the one. Let me see. That's not the one either. This is terrible. I can't find this folder with all his. What did I do with that folder? Well, this is a nice paint job for 2. That's a really nice paint job right there for Halloween 2. Hold on, let me see. The original Halloween 2 is what I'm saying. That's not it. Yeah, see, I was going to make that mask right there. That's exactly what Nick did. And I was using that poster right there. I was gonna replicate that. But when Nick sent me off that, what he was doing, it kind of holded me in my tracks because I'm not trying to replicate anybody's already done work. You know, I'm trying to create my own look. Oh, I think I know what I did. Hold on. Yes, I do know what I did. Okay. Airdrop pictures. Yeah, that's what I did. Okay. See what I did here, guys? In my airdrop pictures and videos, I created subfolders in here, and that's where I dropped it. I'm like, oh my God, where did I put this? Michael Myers 2022. Yeah, I mean, no, you know, it's still Michael Myers. You know what I mean? But you're trying to put your own little twist. You don't want to be too exact to somebody else's work. I don't even want to be exact to the original mask, but I want the attitude I thought that Michael Myers always had. All right, this is the guy. All right, this is the Halloween 2, 1981. This is his paint scheme. Now, I don't think that he makes masks, but he overhauls them. Yeah, see, look at the paint schemes on this. Look at the hair. His hair on this is amazing, and I don't see his. Now the mask itself, it's okay. There's some details, like you see where my mouse is. Roland Kelly, it might be him. It might be him. Yeah, this is a nag. This is a nag mask. It's a Kirk, I think. Man, I wish I knew what kind of hair he used because the hair, I want to get, it looks like human hair. It looks like real human hair. Hold on, let me find the mask that I want to use the paint scheme. This is pretty close. Now I'm going to point out some things, and I'll show you what I mean by this. I've seen some better. I've got better. Let me see. Let me see if I can just find a better. Okay. All right. Now this, I think, is a really cool paint scheme. Now let me do this so you can. Let me try to get in closer here. See all the shading that's going on in here, a light shading. There's a dark ring around the eye and everything. That's all there. You've got the darker shading in here, the shading on the outside. I have all those features in my mask. They're not quite as round as this, but you have the flesh tones underneath. It looks grimy. It looks dirty. That's the paint scheme I'm actually going for. I'm probably going, in this direction, and really darken in here and make sure that the flesh tones are inside and underneath the nose. Flesh tones are underneath the nose, but I'm going to have a little bit more dirt underneath the nose than this. This looks like it's just pure flesh tone, and I don't like that. But that's kind of like what I'm looking to go for in this in the original Halloween. My rendition of the mask, or my mask with this paint scheme would look badass, I think. You know. You know. Now you think my mask looks more sinister? Yeah, I do. I believe I that was one of my goals, was to give my mask. I wanted to have the attitude, especially that cover art of 4 and 5. I always thought when I saw that cover art, man, oh, that's the perfect Michael Myers. Now, it's not the original. It's made to look like the Halloween 2, I think, from 1981, more than it looks like the original 78. Because Nick Castle, when he wore it, he stretched it. It stretched pretty long. But this is probably going to be the paint scheme that I go for in this department here. Oh, that's a Kirk. Yeah, so you can see. You think so, Ken? My mask with with this kind of paint scheme, I think that's going to be a home run. And I think I'm gonna put it on eBay. I don't think I can list it with a price. I just have to let people start bidding on it. I don't think I can put a price on it, because then you got copyright. See what you're trying to. I'm not trying to mass produce these. I'm really aiming just for collectors, because collectors are the ones that are actually going to appreciate this mask. I'm trying to read your post here. Yeah, believe me, the paint job's so important. It really is. I'll never say that. I love Nick to death. I really do, and I would never put my mask out there. I don't, and the real reason is because I've only been in this business making masks since COVID hit. I've been an artist all my life. Don't get me wrong, but I've never done clay in my life. I've never worked with clay. I've always whittled in wood, and I guess the detail, my detail comes from working with wood, because you can't make mistakes on wood. You make a mistake, you ruin the whole project, and you have to start over again. Clay, because you make a mistake, you just slap another piece of clay on there and then shape it out again. But it also makes you lazy with the clay. The clay can also make you lazy. Yeah, you're right. All they did was painted. See, but here's what happened. All the dirt that did come. I thank you, Ken. I love the compliment, but I would never put myself above Nick, because Nick's been doing this for so many years, and And I really like Nick as a friend. I like him as a friend as well. So it's kind of like, and I've reached out to him many times, and he's helped me through this. You know, there's a couple people that I always talk to, and that's Alan Hops, because I don't want to do just mask. I'm getting into prop making and all kinds of other things I'm going to be getting into as I retire. But I like to still be studios on YouTube. Look him up, Alan Hops. I love watching his stuff. I'm always talking to him. I actually sent him out a mask when I first did this, and I'm going to send him another one. These guys that have helped me along, and I'm also going to send another mask to Nick Malpagano as well. You know, because I feel like without their help, it's my way of saying thank you. So I'll send them a mask, and you know, with Nick, I like to leave it blank because Nick likes to do his own thing to it, which is fine. I actually would love to see a Nick paint job and hair job on my mask, because I think that's going to be my weakest point until I get used to, you know, doing these masks. Is going to be my weakest link is going to be the paint and hair until I get, you know, get it down. Yeah, they're great people, Nick. I'm telling you, these guys. If it wasn't for them, I would never been able to make this mask. I would have never been able to do it because they, you know, they don't tell you because it's kind of hard to. I'm one of these guys. Don't pull punches. Tell me, I don't care if you're going to be mean. I don't even care if it's corrective criticism. Give it to me, baby, because I want it. And the funny thing is, if it wasn't for some of you guys out there saying you didn't like this or you didn't like that, you know. Now I've never talked to Nick at Nag. I still have to. I'm going to reach out to him though and see what he says. You know, and if it wasn't for you guys actually critiquing what I was doing, I probably would have it never would have turned out as good as it did. You know, the eyes were too big. There was one time where my eyes were too big. You know, the cuts weren't quite right. I'll have you introduce me to him. If you can do that, Halloween. I'm going to say Halloween. How's that? Halloween Ghoul. If you can send him over to my website, or not website, the YouTube channel, and or vice versa. I don't care either way. Just let him know that, you know, I want to meet him. I would like to chat with him. Sounds good. And you guys out there, I'm probably going to test market this first mask on eBay. It's going to be a little while before I get one up there, but I'm going to do it. I'm definitely going to do it. Let me give you guys another look at the finished latex mask. Let's shoot back over here, and I'll do a once around with it again. It's funny, I'm catching everybody on right now. There it is. This is a latex pull from yesterday, and this is going to be my brother's mask. Oh, thank you so much. I hope that's the case. I do. I hope that's the case. I hope they really love it. I hope the collectors love it, because me, it's an honor to have a collector that, you know, that really pays attention to the detail. And you know, you guys are the ones out there shelling out big bucks for these masks, you know, and you know, it's an honor for you guys to have my mask on your shelf, you know. And when I see a video and I see my mask on there, I'm going to be like blown away. I'm going to be like, oh man, this collector's been around a long time, and he's very particular about what he wants to own. And you know, I think you guys are going to really love this mask. And Yeah, I got to test market it. Nick actually turned me on to that. He said you got always got to test market your product because you don't know where the value is. Yeah, everybody they love it, but will they spend the money? That's the question. And I'm not trying to get rich off of one or two or three sales on the mask. I'm just trying to get a ballpark idea. Is it worth the 250 or $300 that I'm going to have to charge eventually on a regular pricing? If somebody's on like if it sells for like Nick sold his in 13 for like I think the one I saw was like $3,600 or $3,200. Man, I was like, whoa. If somebody's willing to spend that kind of money for that mask, that makes that mask a $400 to $500 mask. If once he's done with the test marketing and he sells it on his however he's selling it, you get a general idea of what that mask is really worth. Hold on, I missed because it drops out. Ken Hertland, well, I can't pronounce his name right. Oh, Ken, man, I'm just like I'm honored. You guys really are saying some really beautiful things, and it's just, it's an honor. It's an honor. It really is. It's. I hope you guys grab one of these. I hope you win, and then you can always hold off. Once I'm done test marketing, the price will come back down to normal. I have to see what this thing's going to be worth. I shouldn't say that on here, because people will be like, well, I'll just wait until but, I don't know how many I'll put out. I don't know because I'm 60 years old, guys. I'm not a young man. I may not be around very long. Yeah, definitely. I can't wait to get to the painting of it and then the herring. I know how to do it. And believe it or not, I'm going to shout out to Nick. I watched Nick's video on the hair jobs, and he really hits it out of the park. His hair jobs are really good. The only thing I probably would like to change is like you see this mask here. Hold on, I got to move my chair closer. I got it on wheels, and it's driving me crazy. Every time I get out of it, I push the chair back 4 feet. Feel like I'm on a hill. All right. I would love to know what this hair is. All right. Yes. Pipe Master, finally, that thing is awesome. Thank you so much. And hold on. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Hold on. Let me look at some old. Let me see some other shots here. Let me get a better shot. There you go. Look at that hair. It looks like it's real human hair, very matted, very. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This might even be human hair. It might really be human hair. The guy that does this overhaul, he won't give up the secret. He won't give up the secret. Look at how cool that hair looks. But if it's human hair, I'll get human hair. I'll use real human hair. Can't hurt. We're making collector's pieces here. We're not making cheap masks. That's not the goal here. We want to make really good masks. Oh, come on. I can't believe I can't think of this guy's name that does this overhaul, who does this paint job, because I want to shout out to him. Yeah, Alan actually turned me on to the hair that I have now, and it's a wool, and I get it from woolery.com. And it's called Fin Top. It's called Fin Top, FINTOP, 2 words. It's good, but it's a little too light. It's too thin. It doesn't have that. It doesn't have the I want to say the depth, the thickness in the hair. The hair follicles aren't thick enough. Like the Fin Top is. You did see it. You did see it, huh? Or this is picture. This isn't my mask. That's not it. Hopefully, you're not looking at that and thinking that's my mask. My mask is over here on the wall. I think I'll take you back over there. There's 7 people on with me right now checking this out. I've got one dwelling in the camo shading. I'm not sure what that is. I never heard of that. But here's the first pull. Here's the very first pull of the new sculpture that I did. Yeah, I'm going to show you guys real quick on here the hair that they used in the Halloween Kills mask. And I have the actual video of Halloween Kills. Hold on. Halloween Kills. Hold on, let me find it. Yeah, this is a video of Nick Castle showing his mask. This is actually Nick's mask. Come on, where's the pictures at? They're showing you the inside and everything. Where did the rest of the pictures go? Huh. Hold on. Aha. Yeah, this is Nick Castle, and this guy, I can't remember his name. He's on the right-hand side. I watch all his videos. I'm terrible with names, guys. I'm sorry, but I really am. I'm terrible with them. But he showed this. Let me see if I can get, yeah, look at this. Now that looks like human hair to me. And look at the follicles. Look how thick they are. Sean Clark, that's him. Yes, great guy. Love watching his videos. I really do. Never met him. I want to meet him at some point. You know. But look at that hair. This is on the actual Halloween Kills mask. This is actually Nick Castle's mask that he wore in the movie. And they gave him a copy of it. And I got a still shot. I got still shots of it and everything from the actual video that Sean Clark did, because I wanted to see the details. Let me see if I can. Yeah, see, there's more details to it. But that looks like human hair to me. And why I say that is look at the way it flows. All right, yeah, it's dirty, it's matted, it's. But you can't get wool to do that. Wool does not look like that. And then see how it's like, it kind of flows. It flows. It's got a little bit of flow to it. You can't get that's got to be real human hair. I know it can't be artificial. I have some artificial hair right here, and it just doesn't. Yeah, he probably, yeah, there probably is a mix of all three different types of hair. Don Post. Let me back up and read some of your comments, guys, because it disappears on me so quick. Sure. Halloween. Read that one finally. Finally, that thing is awesome. Yeah, Pipe Master, it took me a while. I was dealing with waiting for the stupid weather to break, and that was really tying me up. Crepe hair, I don't think it's crepe hair. Um, okay, so Alan May always using wigs. Yes, I know. Alan Hops with the wigs, and he's always using that, but I don't know if, I don't know. I would put that kind of hair on all my masks if I can find out what it is. Um, Anybody keep an ear out for that hair, with the original the Halloween Kills mask, because even the 2018 mask is not that hair. The 2018 film used mask does not use this hair. It's a whole nother mix. Yeah, Halloween Goal. I remember right. Christopher Nelson used 3 different types of hairs. And then you're telling me Ken, USA Hair, I believe sells real human hair, and synthetic. I can't wait to see it finished either, man. I really can't. I'm excited for this. I really am. It's a lot of work, and I think the most nerve-wracking part is the mold making process on the master. Because when you do that, now it's damaged. It's got some damage on the lips and the eye socket right in here. The ears on both sides, forget about it. They get destroyed every time you do it. Nick Mopagano or Nick Castle? Nick, who are we talking about here? Art Manson. Nick Mopagano? Yeah, I can't wait till this is done. This is going to be a cool mask. I think it's really it's gonna hit home. Yeah, like I said though, you always damage the ears when you're demolding the sculpture. So yeah, there's some chunks of there's some chunks missing out. Oh, I'll show you. Yeah, let me show you something in detail on the neck where the piercing is. Let me see. I'll turn this light on. Let me turn that around to the side so you guys can see it. Now, like I said, I did mine just a little bit different. See how that's my pierced wound on the side of the neck. It has a little bit of cracking in it. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's a nice mask. The lips got some really good fine detail in it. See the little scribed lines in there? They're in there. Nick who though? Are you talking about Nick Malpagano or Nick Castle? Hell, I would love to send Nick Castle one of my masks. Just, hey, have this, buddy. Just been a fan my entire life. Look, I was 16 years old. I saw that movie in the theaters. Halloween, the original. And I went with my 2 cousins, both females. And at that time, it was one of the first movies ever to be made that was that scary. It really was a creepy. The music did everything for that movie. It really, John Carpenter, man, hit it out of the park with that music. That score for that movie was insane. And oh my God, I left I like an idiot sat between the 2 girls, my 2 cousins, and I left the theater with bleeding arms because of their fingernails digging into my arms. Like a fool, I sat in the middle. I should have sat in a row away from them. Let them hug each other. Let them destroy each other. Holy God, man. Yeah. So my brother, he plays Michael Myers. He's 6'6". My brother's a big dude, and he's good shape, not like me. He got all the good genes. I got the crappy ones. Anyway, yeah, he's going to play Michael Myers, and we're probably going to hear. Ready for this, guys? Yes. All right. All right. Yes. Who? Nick Malpagano? You're saying yes, but I don't know. Manson, Art Manson 666. You said Nick, beautiful. Hit him up on Instagram or email him. Are we talking about Nick Castle or Nick Malpagano? Or tell you what, what's the last name? Yeah, what's the last name? Nick Castle, Nick Malpagano. Um, Ken, thank you for watching and thank you for your kind compliments. I really am excited for this mask. I think I finally got what I was after. I think I finally captured what I was trying to capture, even in my first trials. And I still, even when I was looking at these masks that are up here now, when I was doing those, thank you so much, Art Manson. I'm not trying to get you to reveal anybody's secret. If you're trying to keep from saying who, Nick Castle or Nick Malpagano. I'm in touch with Nick Malpagano already. Nick Castle, I've never reached out to. I should, as a mask maker, And even if he sends me a P.O. box, that'd be great. Just send me a P.O. box, I'll send you a mask. When I get it all done. I would love to send Nick Castle a mask. Are you kidding me? I'm going to guess, you know what? It's not shrunk yet. So what I can do is quickly measure that. And it's going to be at least a week before it shrinks up to its Nick Malpagano, yes. I would love Nick to. I'm going to send Nick a blank. I already sent him one before, but the mask wasn't nowhere near as good as it is now. This mask is a lot better. Probably mohair. Yeah, I have some mohair, but I have to dye it. See it over there in the corner here? That's mohair in that bag right there. I have to dye it. I don't know though. I don't know if mohair looks like that. I want this kind of look on all my masks. I really do. I want that look. I want that real human hair look. I may even put human hair on my masks. I may do that. Spend the extra money on it and put the human hair on there because human hair costs. It's pretty expensive. But to a collector, they're not going to give a damn as long as it looks amazing. So I may do the real human hair. Because I don't think anything's out there that looks like that isn't human. Maybe horsehair, like somebody suggested earlier. So let me take you out to the mask that's in the mold right now, drying. Yeah, see, these are my first. All right, now look at the eye cuts. Yeah, the shape's right, but they're not deep enough. Like if you look at this now, I'll point out what the problem is with those up top here. All right. The undercuts, I didn't go deep enough in here. And this protrudes more out here on both sides. JC Overhaul. Yeah, I think I'm going to have, I want some of these really good artists. I'm going to send some blank pulls. I'll send them one for them to keep and one for me if they do an overhaul for me. I want to see their work on my stuff. And then I want it done on YouTube if they can do it on YouTube. I'm going to take you out on my back deck and show you something real quick. Okay. Now, this is the mask that's inside the mold right now. It's drying. It's already starting to pull away right here. James Carter, that long, huh? I don't think I'm going to wait that long. I may not be alive in 7 years. I'm 60. I'm not a young man. So who knows? I believe it. Oh man, sorry guys, hang on. Need to unplug that. I had my pancake on. Seven-year wait, huh? Wow. Well, there's a demand. If somebody's that good, if somebody's that good, they're that good. It's just you're going to pay for one. You'll pay top dollar. Two, you got a waiting list 9 times out of 10. Especially, I think what it was is like this is now it's got some messed up over here on that little, but it's not on the outer wall, which is fine. I used the vibrating table, and what happened was a clump of this stuff on the side. See this here? Kind of fell down inside, but it's stuck to the wall as long as it's because that's going to get foam filled. The one that's in there right now, I'm foam filling that, and that's going to be foam filled, and that'll be a master copy for the small mask. All right, once I foam fill this right over here, this mold or this mask, I foam fill that. That'll shrink up about 2 inches, and that'll give me the small mask. All right, so we'll have the small version from this, and tomorrow, actually probably 10 o'clock tonight is when I plan on foam filling it, and I'll video that as well. I don't know how great the light is. Well, you know what? I can bring my light out that's in the studio. I'll bring that out here, and I'll do the foam filling. And that's a process too, so that's interesting. When you got to do that, it's fun. So you foam fill it, and then I pull it from that mold. All right, then I have my master copy, master latex copy. All right, and it's a very thick. That I let that latex dwell in that mold for about 4.5 hours. Is the mask converted by Nick Malpagano? I think I have some pictures of Nick's work, Nick Malpagano. I have some pictures. I just got to remember which folder they're in. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go through my folders and really organize them just a little bit better, because I want each artist that I follow, that I actually probably going to mimic some of his paint work, his paint schemes. I'm not going to mimic it to a T because I want to try and stay a little bit original, but at the same time, if it's good, it's good. What are you going to do? The sculpture is what's really important to me as far as the originality goes. The paint work and the hair, I want to replicate, that mask that I showed you. I want that hair. I want that hair. If I can find out what kind of hair that is, that's what I'm going to try and shoot for. And if I can't find out exactly what he used, then I'm gonna probably order some human hair and do it that way. That's probably my goal with this. Let me see, what other comments? Am I missing you guys? I don't want to miss anybody's. Probably mohair, JC overhaul. Better be prepared to wait 7 years. Rehaul by James Carter. Yeah. I swear that's. It might be. James conversion mask. I have to look. I'll have to look it up. Hold on. What the hell? Sean Clark. Yeah, maybe I can reach out to Sean Clark and and ask if you can ask the artist what he used as far as hair goes. I doubt they're going to give that secret out. I really don't think they're going to give that away. I just because I don't know. It's movie magic, man. They don't want to give out those secrets. Not to just anybody, and especially when somebody's trying to recreate a Michael Myers mask, which is copyrighted. I'm okay as long as I don't overdo it and I don't sell too many of them. I can't sell a lot. Art Manson 666. His original 78 Shatner is amazing. I think it was human hair because human hair, there's a flow to it. There's it. You mess it up and it doesn't get real kinky. It just gets matted or, it's just different. Real human hair doesn't react like wool or, wool. If I do that water treatment to it and try to, the 2018 used the wool. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll sell a master probably when I'm near death, and I'm not too far away from. I'm an old man now. I'm 60 years old. I would too. Everybody would love to have a master. The master copies, I have to stop selling them first. Once I stop selling them, then I will sell a master. I'll sell the masters once I'm done with making the masks. That wouldn't be a problem. I don't know though. My kids are liable to pick up right where I left off. They may want to do it. If it makes that kind of money, if it turns out to be that good. Yeah, I'm on YouTube. I'm on YouTube right now. I'll be out 5 minutes. 5 minutes. My daughter, she wants to go to the store, but she's a little bashful. She doesn't like to be seen, but neither do I. I can be heard. I just don't want to be seen. I'm a fat body. Anyway, yeah, no. When selling master molds? I mean, I don't know. I mean, who do you sell it to? That's the question. The mask. See, if you sell a master mold to somebody that doesn't have the copyrights, you're in the same boat. You'd be in the same boat as I am. You really can't mass produce the masks. You can only sell about 25 of these masks a year, from what I'm told. From Nick. Nick told me that. Nick Molpagano. You can't really sell a lot of these. That's why you don't see the 13. You don't see tons of them being put on the face. He puts one up every couple of months. He doesn't mass produce them. You're lucky to get a hold of one of these masks if it's really that good, you really love it, don't be shy. You're going to have to go after that mask, because if it's not something that you think is worthy of your dollars, then yeah, it's true. You really can't. If I make an original sculpture of something, not even like just a total original piece, then yeah, you can sell as many as you want. But that's not the case here. We're dealing with a copyright protected product, and they don't come after you if you're selling a few a year or something. They don't bother you. But if you overdo it, you're trying to mass produce something like this, they'll be all over you. And I'm not looking to do that. Not this age. This is extra money for me. This isn't a living for me. I'll be retired in 2 years, and that's all I'm trying to do. Is I'm actually trying to make more of a living off of YouTube. Um, I would love to make serious money, but you know what? It's serious work. You know, this sculpture that I did took 12 months. And then there was like, and I was done in April. I was pretty much done. I was critiquing it every little here and there, but I'm glad I did critique it because some of the things I changed were spot on. But I was pretty much done the sculpture back in April, you know, actually in March. And I was trying to mold it. I wanted to mold it by April 1st. But man, our weather would not break. We kept getting 50-degree temperatures for a solid 2 months. It was only about 2 weeks ago that we actually, 3 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, we broke into 70-degree weather. You know, so it really sucks because now I'm going from, uh, instead of having like a month of 70s, that would be beautiful. You know, no, I'm going to go from 50 to 80, 85, 90. You know what I mean? There's going to be hot days out here. It's going to be brutal because I do everything outdoors here. This is on my back work deck. Um, anyway, I'm so glad you guys tuned in today and you know watched this video. I've been on here now for about 61 minutes, almost 62 minutes. I think I'm going to jump off, guys, and send me some messages and send me some links and you know, to anything that you guys really. I want to know what you guys deem as the perfect Myers mask. What's your all-time favorite mask? And then send me a picture. Oh, thank you so much, Halloween Ghoul. I'm gonna keep an eye out for this mask. It's gonna be on eBay, and I'll make sure I go on YouTube and let everybody know. Um, yeah, and like I said, what is your perfect mask? Your most perfect mask? Take a still shot of it and post it for me. You can send it to me on DJ Styles with 3 Y's. It's DJSTYYYLES at gmail.com. Nick's 13. Yeah, Nick's 13, man. That's a home run. That looks exactly like that cover art of the Halloween 4 and 5. That looks exactly like that cover art. Now, the one thing that I did notice, that might be because of the just you can't create the look without having the profile just a little bit wrong. If you turn that mask on its side, like look at a side view of it, it looks a little flat around the jaw area, but it might be just an illusion. Yeah, no, Nick's 13 is definitely a slam dunk home run. Grand slam. Hell with home runs, a grand slam. Uh, when I saw him and what he did with it, I said, nope, not copying that. Don't want to copy it. Don't want to. I stopped in my tracks because I didn't know that he had this in production. He was literally making the cover art of the Halloween 4 and 5. And he let me know pretty quick. He's like, oh man, it looks like you're going for the cover art. I said, yeah, how did you know? He's like, well, because I did it. And he's like, oh, you got, I'm like, what? Wait a minute. He says, yeah, let me send you some pictures. So he sent me some pictures and still I was like, son of a bitch. So I changed my direction. And this is what it ended up. You guys seen the results of where I'm at. And this is the thing about mask making. You know, if everybody made the exact same mask, what would be the point of collecting masks? You know, if you're a collector out there, you want like different versions. You know, you don't want the same exact, like if you got a Nick 13, right? Ken Hartland, same. Always say Ken Hartland. Ken Hartland. It's HERT. Yeah, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait till this is done, man. This process is. Right now, I'm trying to get the master copies done at Artman. Hertland. How's that pronounced? Is it Hurt? Abbreviate that for me so I'm saying it right. Hertlean, Hertline, Hertlin. To me, the obvious would be Hertlin. Ken Hertlin. Yeah, I have some still shots of the Ken Hertlin too that I used in my mask. I did use some of his. Hertling. Yeah, I think that's Hertling. Hertling. I think that's what it is. Uh, yeah, check out my ghoul here, guys. He's 7 foot tall. Grim Reaper. He lights up too. The fire, all this underneath of here lights up and glows. Skeleton. The eyes light up. And this all glows under black light. All the yellow and stuff that you see here, that all pops under a black light. Yeah, he's pointing down into the ground. The Grim Reaper, he's pointing down into the ground. And here's this guy trying to break through, coming up from hell out of the soil. And he's trying to break out of the tombstone. And I have what they call one of these rotating gyro lights. You see it right here, tucked in here? That splashes up against this. That lights up this whole thing here. And all this paint here is all glow in the dark and UV sensitive. And man, this thing looks really cool. And this has a flame bulb in it right here, a big one. And it's all bloodied up. And it's rusted up and gored up. And it lights up. So it's got the torch, the lantern. Yeah, my Grim Reaper. Yeah, I was going to sell this. I was going to sell this guy, but yeah, I made this. I made this from Alan Hopps's Monster Mud. Alan Hopps at Stiltby Studios. I copied his, what he did with. Now, I didn't copy the skeleton part. I made that. I used PVC pipe that's underneath it here to actually give it strength. And then I made Monster Mud. Monster Mud is nothing but. No, I didn't use Alan's skeleton process. I used parts of the skeleton, for the arms and stuff, the hands, the head. I used the chest plate, but all this down in here is all PVC pipe holding it up really strong. Everything that you can't see. No, I'm not that good. Hollywood. I wish I was that good. Actually, though, I'm signing up this fall to come on. Oh, come on. I appreciate that, Halloween Ghoul. But believe me, there's guys out there making stuff that just blows your mind. Blows your mind. It's not just. It's easy to replicate somebody else's other work. I think the hard part of being an artist is being original. That's the hardest part is coming up with original concepts. And coming up with original ideas. Stan Winston, thank you so much. You obviously have heard me say this. But I'm going to do the Stan Winston School in the fall. I was going to do it this summer, but I'm more interested in trying to get my sculptures done, get the work done. As soon as I get done this mask here and have it mastered, I get back on sculpting that and turn that into the H40, the Halloween 40. The sculpture that's, the mask that I'm doing right now is that sculpture. I'm going to retool it and make it look like the H40, then retool it again after I make a master copy of it, and make it look like Halloween ends or kills. Then from Halloween kills, we're going to do ends depending on whether I have. But I got to do this all over this summer. I want to get all those masks done and in the summer. That's why I took off. I'm not DJing at all this summer. I took time away. Yeah, I'm definitely taking the classes because I definitely I really want to sharpen. All right, okay, you're good, but you can be 10 times better if you really, if you take those courses, because they really do show you some really cool stuff and techniques. You'll learn new techniques, and I think I was at the point where I ran out of techniques. I needed new techniques to utilize from making the sculpture. When I was sculpting, I was like, man, I need other ideas. I need to see somebody else doing something that I've never done. That's what you need, and it is what it is. Anyway, guys, I have to go take my daughter to the store. Yeah, well, these guys are all Stan Winston's school. I mean, that's all Hollywood. That's Hollywood production. That's these guys all work in Hollywood. It don't get no better than that. I think if you can hang with those guys and really do the stuff that they're doing, man, whew, yeah, it'd be really cool. So I'm rattling on, guys, and I really appreciate all you guys. I really do. Look out for the mask. I'm gonna show the paint process and everything. When I get the mask started, I got 4 more days. I should have my urethane rubber that I'm going to use to make the master copy. And as soon as I do that, oh yeah, Stan Winston, that's who I want to learn from. You're darn right. I want to learn from the best. Especially when you're sculpting and you're learning these, okay, your eye's good. I think the most important thing, especially when you're working with like human heads and human faces and stuff, is take a course in human anatomy. If you have that under your belt, then you really have an understanding of where things need to be, and then from that point, then you can add or take away, and make it look really real. That's what I'm looking to do. I want to do scarecrow masks that are like. I want to do I'm one of these guys that likes to take 2 different creatures and make it into one. I was so funny. I was with Alan Hops one night, and I was watching him, and I said, he started talking about werewolf, and what would happen if the werewolf bit different creatures. So I thought to myself, well, what if a werewolf bit Godzilla? And you have Wolfzilla. You know what I mean? Just different crazy stuff, and then make things like that. Really do some really cool concepts. Yeah, Wolfzilla. Wouldn't that be sick? 300-foot tall werewolf lizard. Oh man, it's insane. But that's how I approach like monster making for originality. Is okay, if you don't come up with something totally original, and you're still looking to capture a market of like, people that love werewolves, but he also likes Frankenstein. So let's make a werewolf slash Frankenstein. Frankenstein got bit by the werewolf, and he turns into a werewolf. I don't know, just crazy stuff like that. You know what I mean? You can always take a werewolf and bite anything. And if he bites, no matter what he bites, turns into a werewolf, that would be an interesting creature. No matter what it is. But werewolf versus Godzilla, that'd be funny. Oh, man. Yeah, Alan got a couple belly rolls out of that one. He got a couple chuckles out of that one. Hell, he may have made the costume already, for all I know. Yeah, well, that's it. That's where your originality comes from. It's outside the box. You can't, well, Michael Myers, okay, believe me, I love Michael Myers, I do, but what can I do? Because here's my plan. After I get done doing the Ends mask, I'm doing the 2018, the Kills and the Ends. I'm going to do an original concept of my Ends mask. I'm going to do my own concept of, and I've seen some cool ideas with skeleton underneath the torn away mask, but there's a couple things wrong with that concept. You got to remember, Michael Myers only has one eye. The eye that's damaged is the burnt side. Well, the art that I've seen is the opposite eye, the only good eye he had left, and it looked like the eye was gone and it was a skeleton. It's okay. Now Michael can't see out of any. How's he seeing anything? Okay, well, maybe he's just a force and he can, I don't know. But he has no eyesight now, so what's the point in having eyes in a mask if there's no eyes in there? So it's interesting. When you think of things like that, the little details matter. And so my concept is definitely going to be, exactly, my concept is going to be the skeleton side is going to be the burnt side, but I don't want to take too much away from the mask because the mask is Michael Myers. All right, so tearing half the face off is not my concept. All right, I want to try and create, I want to keep that shape of that eye and maybe tear away some of the flesh up the top to protrude, like, I'm thinking this would be so cool. I know other people may run with my idea, and that's okay because that's what we do. You have the skull, bare bone, popping through, like maybe right up at the top of the forehead. All right, like right above the eye socket. You know what I mean? And bleeding up into where on the burnt side, bleeding up into the hairline. All right, where that big tear is already, and that just opens up and reveals the skull. Well, here's my concept. You've got the mask hair, all right, and then you've got real human hair attached to the skull. And you see his facial features underneath the mask, but only you have to sculpt it in such a way that gives it a very realistic look. And you put his real hair underneath that mask. Now, it won't be long because if you stick with the latest James Jude Courtney, if you use him, he only had real short white hair. So what do? Well, he disappeared for 4 years. So maybe he grew his hair a little bit. He was living in a cave. I don't know. There's all kinds of things going on right now. They don't know what they don't know what to do with them. Yeah, so I just have to come up with a little bit more of an idea of how I want to do it, and really create this mask. But I'm going to stay with the burnt side because that's the side that already has the damaged eye. If you take away his other eye, he can't see. It's just, I'm sorry. I might be a stickler for detail, but I don't want somebody asking me, well, how's he see? He's got one bad eye and the other eye's gone. Well, wait a minute. Details matter, especially in this world. Anyway. All right, guys, I'm going to say goodnight. You guys have a wonderful day. I'm going to come back maybe later on tonight at 10 o'clock. I'll come back and I'll foam fill this. And even if you're not on and you don't get to see it live, it'll be uploaded so you can watch the video of me foam filling this mask. Yeah, if it has the stitches, I mean, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of, but I think nobody really knows what they're doing with this ends mask. Nobody knows. You know, I want to replicate sorta, but it's going to be from my sculpture. It's not going to be. It's going to be this sculpture, the one that's there now. That's everything's going to be done to that sculpture. It's not going to be. I'm not starting a whole new sculpture to make the mask. I'm not doing that. It's the shape of my sculpture, the way it is now, and aged. That's all we're doing. We're going to make it aged. We're going to give it the wrinkles. We're going to give it the cuts. We're going to give it the burnt when I get to the kills, and even the ends. The mask isn't going to change. It's still going to be burnt. So all I have to do is make the subtle changes that they did or do to the ends mask, even if they're stitches or whatever they're going to do to it. You know, when they do what they do, we'll know at some point. I'm hoping I know by at least September. I want pictures by then. I hope we can find them. If they're not out by then guess what? We're not going to make the ends mask until after Halloween's over. You know, I have to know what that mask looks like before I can really copy it. I don't want to go on preconception. You know, I don't want to go on possibly what it looks like. I'm going to make that ends as accurate as possible to what I'm doing, and then I'm going to do my concept of ends after that, and then that'll be the it for me for Michael Myers. I'm done with Michael Myers when I do all these masks. I'm going to, from the mask that I just made, the one that's done now, you'll be able to get a flashback. It just changes the paint scheme. That's all I'm doing. Flashback, Halloween, original 1981, and the 1978. It's just a matter of the paint scheme change is all I'm going to do. I'm going to change the paint scheme on that, but that's all really the 78 mask. Because even in the 1981 version, yeah, you're going to have the 78 mask painted to look like the 81. And that all that was like the tones are a little more yellow. There's a little bit more dirt scuffed all over the mask. And I never did finish that point that I wanted to make. Earlier, when we were talking about how the dirt got all over the face. Well, it really wasn't dirt that got all over the face. What really got all over the face that gave it that, you know, the dirty look was the fact that Nick Castle was carrying the mask by its hair. Now remember, he spray painted that hair with paint. They didn't use dye. They didn't use it was paint. They used spray paint. They spray painted, they misted the hair with spray paint. And Nick Castle was carrying that mask with his hands in by the hair. So he was getting that black paint on his hands and he was touching the face of the mask. You know, and especially around the neck area where it was pulling the mask on and off. And the mask naturally got dirty. And that's what happened. And some of the paint wore off. They did shade some of the spots, but some of the paint wore off. Like even around the nose area where he was pinching it by the nose and carrying it by the nose. He got dirt. Man, that mask was all done by accident. I mean, total accident. That's what's so amazing about the Michael Myers mask. Yeah. Paint was coming off the mask. It's called fish belly white. It was the original paint job on that mask. I remember that. color being sold in the stores years ago, but spray paint back in those days were nothing like today. Nothing like today. That stuff did chip off. It wore off real easy. It didn't like sticking to rubber. That's for sure. It would crack. You would get little hairline cracks and stuff. Because I painted masks when I was a kid. Uh, I did a. I turned a. Now see, here you go. Here I am, 7 years old, guys. 7 years old. Ready? You're gonna like this quick story. I'm 7 years old, and my mom enters me into the Wildwood Halloween parade. All right, and my mom says, "Well, what do you want to be?" Well, I love Scooby Doo, and I always wanted to be the sea monster that came out of the glowing green sea monster. You know, so my mom's like, "Okay, cool. How the heck are we going to do this?" So now I came up with all these ideas, which were really cool. You know, my mom did help me out with how we were going to do it, but I came up with the ideas. So I literally went down to the beach. All right. I played Little League football at the time. I remember this quite well. Went down to the beach and brought a whole bunch of the seaweed back. I got seaweed from on the beach, the stuff that, pops, the popping kind, and I let that dry out. All right. And I can't remember the name of the seaweed, but anyway, it's the kind that has a little air pop bubbles in them and they pop. Well, a whole bunch of that. I go down there and I get a bunch of that seaweed and I come back with it. Yeah, it was close, but fish belly white had because I created my own fish belly white. Sorry, I'm bouncing off the subject, but the fish belly white has just a little tiny bit of cobalt blue in it. That's how you create fish belly white. Use a little tiny bit of cobalt blue. And yeah, I'm going to get back to that story right now, as soon as we get done here. You use a very small amount of cobalt blue, and when you see that white mixed with the cobalt blue, what happens is it gives you this is that gray or is that it gives you don't know if it's gray or blue. It's such an odd color. It's a very ghoulish looking color. It really is. I've created my own cobalt blue or my own fish belly white. That's what I paint my mask with, fish belly white. I don't use gray. I don't use I don't use black with my whites. I use the fish belly. I create the fish belly white, and I use cobalt blue to do it. That's the secret to making fish belly white. And you guys probably already know how to make your own latex paint for masks. So I don't need to go there. It's 1 part distilled water, 1 part latex, and 1 part latex house paint, indoor. All right, so, and what I do is my 1 part of house paint, I add a little bit of cobalt blue to that, then I add my latex and so on and so forth. And that's how you do it. Anyway, getting back to the story. So I go get this out. It's in strands. It's all over the place. And I had this old man mask that I got at a place called the Fun Shop on the boardwalk in the Wild, New Jersey. And I'm like, well, I don't want to look like an old man. So what I do? I turn the mask inside out. All right, to give it this just freaky look. Man, it was so freaky looking. So then I painted the mask, and this is how I learned about the spray paint back in the day. I spray painted the mask like this metallic green, and we used a little bit of really, really bright green, and we kind of made a mix of the different greens. And I had a football. I played what do you call it? Pee Wee League football, and I had the shoulder pads. So I got one of my dad's old shirts, and we tie-dyed it like all these weird green colors. And I had a pair of long johns, and I put the long johns on, put the shirt, had the shoulder pads up underneath, had the creature all painted. I had the seaweed all over me. Went into the school and literally scared the kids out of the classroom. Literally, I came in the room and they ran. It scared the death out of these kids. And kids were crying, and I wasn't allowed to go into the class with my costume on. And I was like, really? Are you serious? I mean, I didn't find it that scary. But then I wasn't the one, I couldn't see what I looked like. I put the costume on in the bathroom and went into the class, and holy shit, scared the living crap out of the kids. And the explanation, I want to say the best part about this whole story is I won first place in that parade. And at that time, it wasn't a lot of money. It was $25 gift certificate. Or actually, no, it was I never did cash it. I kept I think I still have it. The actual prize, $25, grand prize for best costume, best original costume, the whole 9 yards. I won it all across the board. And people were out there, they were mad because they spent like $100 on costumes that were like Hollywood. They were really nice costumes, but nobody won because of the Toxic Crusader. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what it was so original. The mask was so creepy because it was an old man mask that I just turned inside out. I turned it inside out, and man, it scared the living shit out of kids because it was so creepy looking. Now, not even 3 weeks after that mask was painted, and I had all that seaweed literally bobby pinned to my outfit, and that was all sprayed with metallic green and lime green, real bright. We kind of a dry brush effect with yellows and stuff in it, so it really gave it that glowish look. It was cool, and scared the living crap out of those kids, man. I walked in there, and I think that was the highlight of that costume. The parade was nothing to me. I don't really remember the parade that much. I was only 7 or 8 years old, but I was always a pretty big dude. Not fat, but I was pretty tall as a young kid. I was lanky. I was skinny, but very freakish looking when I was young. Very young, anyway. It scared the living crap out of those kids. And I remember that the kids were running out of the classroom. Because you know how, like, the classrooms back in the day, you had two doors. You had your front of the classroom door and then the back of the classroom door. Man, they rolled out that back side. Oh, it was like, I remember my mom saying that people were taking pictures and you were creepy looking. I mean, I'm just a little kid. I was a little kid, I wasn't adult size. You're talking about, what was I? Let me see, I'm 8 years old. I might have been, 4'2" or something, 4'5", whatever. You're a small kid, Pee Wee League. But won first prize, beat out adults too. Just some fun things. Fun, interesting things in the past. But I've been talking on here for quite some time, and we've been on here for 94 minutes exactly. And I think I'm going to call it a night, guys. I want you guys, if you're up later on tonight around 10 p.m., I'm going to foam fill that mask. I have to make sure that if I'm not on, it's because the mask isn't ready. I have to make sure that that's fairly dry on the inside. All right, guys. Art Manson, you have a great night. Halloween Ghoul, you have a great night. Who else do I want to say good night to? I just don't want to miss anybody. I'm scrolling down to who text, even the guys earlier. I want to thank you guys for joining me and all the nice compliments. And thank you guys so much. Hit the like and the subscribe button. Share the content. I'm always sharing what I know. I don't, what I learn, I share with you guys. Even when I start this school, I'm going to share my knowledge. Whatever I learn, I'm going to share. I'm going to put my own twist to it, though, so it's not too, yeah. Yeah, some people bounced off of here already. Yeah, Pipe Master. That's who I want to say goodnight to Pipe Master. Um, Ken Leshy, saying goodnight to you as well, my friend. And I think I got everybody. Crusher, I'm sorry, man. I didn't know you were on there. I missed that text. See, if I'm not looking at the phone, it pops up and then fades out like really quick. I wish I could change that. All right, Crusher, I'm going to check that out. Hopefully, you're still on with me. Um, yes. All right, good night, guys. I'll see you.